Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be discussing everything about creating a graphic designer CV or resume. So tips and tricks, things to include in your CV and things not to include on your CV, mistakes to avoid, and also if you are new, like you've not had any work experience, how to formulate your CV. We are going to discuss everything about it in this video. So stick around, watch to the end and share this video. Let's jump right into it. Starting right up with mistakes to not do or mistakes to avoid when designing your CV. And the number one mistake you should not do is to design your CV in Photoshop or Illustrator. Please, I'm begging you, in the name of God, in the name of anything you believe, do not design your CV with Photoshop or Illustrator. Even Canva, all those fancy templates under the resume and CV template section in Canva, please do not use it. Throw it out. You don't need it. Like it is one weapon fashioned against you, and here is why. So Photoshop, Illustrator, they are not designed for, how will I put it? Number one, you cannot save it as document like docx. You can't save it as that. Use only PDF. And there are some application portals that will specifically ask you to please upload your .doc. That's your Word document. That's one thing against you. Another thing is that in PDF, when you export as PDF in Photoshop or Illustrator or Canva, they have this, the recruiters or hiring managers, they have this thing they use that's called ATS. It's called an applicant tracking system. It is used by recruiters in the hiring process. It helps them sieve out candidates. So sometimes you find out that when you just apply for a job, immediately you get a reject response. You'll be like, let's say you applied one now, 10:08. By 10:12 you get a rejection. Maybe people did not actually read my mail. So it is it's not the managers, it is the system that's bouncing your CV. Because Photoshop, Illustrator, when you export it, I don't know how to explain that makes sense, but the system is not able to read what you have seen, what you have written. It is seeing it as shapes, block of shapes. It's not able to scan the word and read the word. So that's why it's advisable for you to just use Word document or whichever, anything that's just Word. I use Google, so you can use WPS, Microsoft, or Google. So you can use Google Docs to create your CV. You don't necessarily have to use CV templates that is on Google Docs. You can just create your own. Let it just be simple. Keep it simple. This is the second mistake we're avoiding. Putting your on your CV, putting your photos, just take it out. You don't need it, except, and this is I'm aware that this is it's limited to culture, or how will I put it? It's for example, in South Korea, your photos, your picture, must always be on your CV. That's an exception. But everywhere else around the world that I know, US markets, the Nigerian markets, the Western market, do not put your picture on your CV. They don't need to see your face. So keep it simple. Don't put too much designs and whatnot. Avoid using too many shapes. So even when you are using stuff like Microsoft Word or Google Documents, don't overly craft your CV. Just keep it simple so that it can be ATS friendly, so that the system can scan it, can scan the words you have written, break it down, and look at it against the job description that they've posted. So just keep it simple. Another mistake to avoid in your CV. On your CV, you typically have your email address. Make your email address clickable. If you are putting your Behance, putting your LinkedIn, make them clickable. It is easy to do. Look it up on Google, how to make your link active on Google Doc. I think you just have to embed link and put mail to. So when they click on it, you can just take them to the browser or take them to your mail. So that's one mistake to avoid. Making your links unclickable. Avoid that mistakes. And let's talk about crafting your CV. So your CV should typically include your name, your address, your contact info, how they can get to reach you, and also your work. Please, as a designer, always embed your portfolio link on your CV. So your CV, that's the first thing they will see. They'll see your name, and underneath your name, you have your phone number, you have your email address. And again, as I said about on the mistakes to avoid, please make your email address clickable. make your LinkedIn clickable. And do not forget, as a graphic designer, to embed your portfolio. The next session after your information about your personal information is like your summary session. This summary session, you want to keep it as short as possible. Typically, personally for me, I try to keep it like 3 lines max, like 1, 2, 3 max about you. You have to keep it short, concise, like talk about yourself, what you have achieved, and what you can bring to the table, like what you can offer. So please avoid being generic here. Don't put you are a hard worker, you work well under pressure. That's past tense. Enough of it's a motivated individual. That please personalize it. Think very well. Write about yourself. The next thing is your experience section. So you have your personal info, you have your summary, and you have your experience section. In your experience section, we're going to talk about the jobs you have worked previously, order in chronological order, like the earliest with the earliest job at the top. You'll talk about the name, your role in that job, on that job. So you can be like a print designer in your last 2 jobs where you mainly deal with print, and this current role you can be like a graphic designer and an illustrator. So your job role, number 1, is something you want to put there. Where you work, like the company, the dates you work, like okay, from 2024 to 2025, 2025 to 2026 is going to be there. Now, in crafting your experience, there are some things you should note. Number 1 should be bullet points. Number 2, you want to make sure that it is quantifiable, it is short, like it has like the right length of words. So let's say like a maximum 1, 2, 3 lines. Now that 3 lines must not be like, the 3rd line must not be to the end. So find a way to quantify what you have done, your achievement. Under this, your experience, you want to show like, okay, your impact, like what you have done. Say you're a graphic designer, you're a junior graphic designer on the team. What did you do? How did you assist the team? Okay, what was did they give you like a campaign to work on? How did that campaign turn around? Like, was it good? And this is why you should also like track your work and, have data and metrics. Like, so if you design something, say for a campaign, get feedback. How did they receive this thing? Did more people sign up for it? Did you get revenue? So another thing you have to notice, you have to use action words like verb. Action verb words. Let's say designed the campaign for so, which led to like a 30% increase in their brand awareness. Brand awareness is just like they gain more followers. You get, like, when you design this thing, this campaign went viral, they gain more followers. It can be as simple as that. So instead of saying gain more followers, you say, okay, increase the brand awareness significantly. Or if you have data from social media manager, you can say, oh, it increases by 30%, increases by 50%, increases by, you get. So even as a freelance designer, you can also like package your CV like that. Like, I like the project you worked on and show your impact. For example, before I got my job, I was just a freelancer. The freelance project I had worked on, I highlighted them. Now, okay, I designed postcard for this filmmaker. The design won an award and blah blah blah. Like, I put it there and it won an award indeed. So also, you don't want to lie on your CV, yeah, because if you eventually get like a interview, you'll be asked for proof. Some will even ask you to show them, like, walk you them through your portfolio. So please avoid lying on your CV. Just package it, but don't lie. Give me suggestion. And please, do not use the same word multiple times on your CV. So say you work this particular job, you work for Shea Studio. Under Shea Studio, I designed a campaign. I designed. No, that design should be used once. If you use implemented once, if you say enhanced once, don't repeat it. You can use design like twice, just minimum of twice on the old CV, like your 3rd experience or something like that. Designed, so you get that has design. But on a particular section, do not repeat your words, do not repeat the action verb. So just Google and go to your dictionary, check action words that you can use. How best can you represent what you have done? You want to also highlight, apart from like your hard skills, you want to try and highlight like your soft skills, like your collaboration skills, your leadership skills. You're working in a place, you're working with a team. Let them see that, okay, because aside from what you can bring to the table, like once you advance in stages of interview, they want to know if you're a culture fit. That's the hiring managers, the HR person. They want to know if you're a culture fit. I know this person can design, but when they come into the team, will they make the spirit of the team low? Will they make things? So you want to show that on your CV too. So aside putting metrics that you did this, your campaign worked, your design, this, add more users, show how you collaborated with your team on the project. If you are in a more senior role, Show that, okay, yes, so you led a team of this, or you work with a team of this. All those things, you put it in your mind. Not every time add skills. Your soft skills, try and include on each experience at least one soft skill that they can put their hands on. Is your education experience. Now I know that for us, when I mean for us, I mean Nigerians. Like typically most Nigerians you meet, there are a lot, or like a few that went to school to study like graphic design and whatnot. But there are lots of us who didn't go to school to study graphic design. The fact that you do not study graphic design in school does not mean you will not add it to your education history. The companies that you work for, there are companies that have more structure, they care about these things. They will ask you for your education history. Like you have to send your certificate. Like if you went to school, put it there. You went to school. This is the school you went with. This is the course I read. It doesn't matter if it is not related to your graphic design, what you're currently doing. Put it there. If you have masters, put everything there. So don't skip your education history. But just if you notice, I didn't put education. I didn't say you should put education at your first stop because it's not important. You have to put it because you have lots of experience. So bring the education down. But if you study graphic design and you're like fresh off graphic design school and you don't have much experience, you can bring your graphic educational history at the top. After you have your personal information, your summary, put your education right after your summary, because that's like one of your main strengths. You don't have much under your experience, but if you have much under your experience, please move your education beneath your experience, like your experience section. The next section would be like your software section, like what you can work with, like these tools you can work with. And like I said, please keep it simple. Don't do that graph or those pie charts that you can use Photoshop 70%, you can use Illustrator 80%, you can use Canva 50%. Please throw it out. Just list it out. Tools that you are proficient with, software that you can work with. Put your photo, just list it in bullets again. Photoshop, Illustrator, Canva, Premiere Pro, what you know that you are good with, put it there. That is that for your software section. The next thing is not compulsory. So if you have like a certification, awards, you can put it at like the last of your sections, like put it there. Like you have certification in maybe Coursera, any certification, just add it there. And this is another thing, that if you are brand new in graphic design, you want to like put it at not at the top. After education, your experience, you can add that to it. Like just put it there. Let's say you went to Genesa School of Design, you have the certificate from Genesa School of Design, put it there. I have the certificate from that school. Just list it there, and that will just be it. So let's go through like a run through of what we have discussed so far. In your personal profile, that's your name, your location, your info. Please make your links clickable. Under your summary, do not make it generic, make it as personal and impactful as possible. Under your experience, please list your experience in a way that shows your expertise, your impact, what you can bring to the organization. Please list it in that way and keep it simple and short. So they don't have time to read long things that you have achieved. Just keep it short. After your experience section is your, what was it again? I think your education section. Please include your education section. Under your software tools, avoid things like graphs, things like charts. Like I said, keep it simple. If you are just starting out, you want to put your education like at the top, that this is what you have done. Like this is because to just give you an edge, especially if you like went to like a graphic design school and whatnot. If you're a freelancer, you can still highlight the works you have done with the projects you have done with your people, like with your clients, and you can still put it there. So that will be it. So there's this template that I found online. It is not my template, it is by Wonsulting. So I'm going to link it in the description below. I think it has a template for graphic design. I saw it, but I don't know. But you can just check it. But I'll link like the template below. That template has like 4 different resume, like okay, for professional, for students. You can just take it, duplicate it, and edit it. It's just the layout I want you to take. It's just the layout, and it has promptings on how to formulate your experience. It will help you so much. So please download it and create CV that will get you hired. I hope you found this useful. If you found this useful, please share it to your fellow designers and don't forget to give me a follow. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.